Hey everyone, the world is so busy in talking about vibe coding and all these vibe coding platform, right? So today let's talk about vibe testing. Like the developers and QAs are spending a lot of times on testing, right? So how we can improve their process using AI. Let's talk about API testing. So there are so many fields like people used to validate. They used to write a code. Nowadays, people they use ChatGPT or other AI tools to generate an API testing platform, right? So how do we generate an API testing platform without writing any code, like the no code platform, without switching much of context, without copy pasting all these stuff? How do we generate API test cases and how do we validate it? So we can't trust the AI blindly, right? So let's see about how do we test and validate the test cases also and along with the edge cases. So everybody gets an API, right? How do you test it API? Nowadays, people they use all these platform like ChatGPT. So let's dive into a demo and we see on how Keploy helps and what are the features we are building on, and yeah, how you can get started with. So for the demo, so I have a Golang application. Um, like um, it's have a few curl commands and we have some API open API schema. So all you need to go to app.keploy.io, where this is a platform where we are building for testing the APIs. So you just need to provide your URLs, and maybe it's a live URL, it's a public. If you are trying with your private URL or just for localhost, you need to have a private agent, because Deploy doesn't know right where your URL is actually. So for that you have to install a Keploy agent. So I'll just show the agent. So my agent is running in background. So let's try API testing. How to create an API test cases. Before that, you have just to provide you a few curl commands. Let's say only one curl command. The reason is we have to validate whether it is an actual valid curl command, so it is able to generate or it able to validate. So I just provided my curl command. So let's send the application. Let's see whether our application is able to accessible or not. Yes, so the response is generated. So you need to provide a input method. What are the input method? Maybe you can import postman collection if you have, or your swagger, or if you have postman curl. So I already have my open API schema. So let's provide the open API schema there. And yes, so I think we are good to go, and I will provide few curl command, more uh, context to an AI. So yes, so I'll just hit the button generate API test. Let's see what are the API test cases we are able to generate. Yes, it to start creating it. So one good thing about like the good feature which I was good and happy is like I'm so excited about is the credit part. So basically you will get a good credit based on number of actions you perform in Keploy. Let's say you generate a test cases, you will get a 50 credits. If you run the credits, you will get 100 points, and if you share with your teammates, you will get a 40 credits. If you run the API test case in the CA pipeline, you will get extra more credit to try and experiment with the API testing platform. So meanwhile, it start created, the test cases started created. So what actually these numbers are like? This is a single test suite. So in this single test suite, you can see a number of actions. One is create basic book. So we used to create a book API. So we used to create a API test case for the create book endpoint, and we will clean up the API. So basically, what we are doing is like it's a CRUD operation. So we'll do all the CRUD operation to validate the number of API test cases. So you can see all the get all books, create book and delete. So you can see all the things like the rejected. maybe the JSON response is not equal which you provided, and buggy. So basically your application returning the 200 status code, but according to the OpenAPI schema and the curl command we need a 400 expected status code. So yeah, once the test cases has been created, like you can see more than test cases, and you can share it with your people, and we can view the test suite, and we can generate the tests to see actually it is in private mode. Yeah, you can run your API test cases, and you can see the test suite execution basically. Yes, it started validate. It start running your application against your code. Like the how Keploy is different from other API testing platform is like you will get a test suite which are actually running for your application, which means you will finally get a good API test cases which are validated against your application. So it's also run against your application to test whether the API test cases which are provided by an API which AI is correct or not. Yes, you can see it started validating your application, and you can see in the logs also in the where is my application. Yes, you can see the local agent. You can see, yes. So once the test suite has been passed, you can see in the left hand side you can able to see the dashboard report. If you go here and see run report, and you can view the run report section, what are the test cases which are called. So if you want a curl command, you can just copy the curl command here, and if you want to run it in a CI/CD pipeline, you can just yeah, this is a section for like the share report section, like you can share it to your user. So if you want to run it in a CI/CD pipeline, you can use this um, field, like you can run it natively using this one. And yeah, dashboard, you can also view the dashboard, test run report, daily API test report, and in test API. So you can do it with the section. So yeah, that's it guys. Let's start web testing with Keploy. Just get started with this. We have free credits. You can get started with it, and you can complete the task to generate more API test cases. Let us know how it goes, and we have a good documentation section, and you can reach out to us on Slack. um, yeah, that's it guys.